Welcome to Cabinet Call. I'm Max. Let's talk about it. First generation grads, what college means to them, and why the growing narrative that college doesn't matter is dangerous. You see, the rising tide around the value of higher education isn't without its merit. For far too long, higher education has rested on its laurels. It just assumed the value of a college degree was always there, not going to do much to innovate or ask the question, are we really delivering value? The root that produces that fruit of complacency is a whole nother topic, but today let's address the issue around the narrative of value and how it potentially can impact certain people more than others. I was having a conversation with a community college president, and she was like, you're right. We don't talk about it this way. Namely, that first generation graduates like myself are more deeply impacted by college. If we dive into the numbers, nearly 9 in 10, 88%, of first generation college graduates believe in the investment in their future. Yet, 41% of those who are first in their family to attend college have seriously considered leaving college, compared to just 18% of students who are from college-educated families. First-generation college students also tend to face more challenges. First-generation college students are more likely to consider leaving school, work longer hours, and report lower confidence in their career direction compared to students who come from college-educated households. Again, that's telling. First-generation college students also face more difficulties with mental health while in school. 58% found it difficult to prioritize mental health versus 44% of students from college-educated households. Again, that's telling. At-risk students are more likely to be first-generation students, Hispanic or Black, LGBTQ, and come from lower-income households. Again, that's telling. And what it's telling us is that it's a bitch to get through college when you're a first-generation college student. So no wonder, hey, if it's hard and I got to go through all of that and you're saying it's not valuable, then why try? Well, here's why. Because when you go to school, you have the opportunity to break generational curses, like myself. But again, let's dive into the numbers. If you're from a household that does not have a college graduate, then the median income in 2016 and 2020 was $41,000. But if you come from a household with a college-educated parent, the household income median 2016 was $90,000. It went up to $103,000 in 2020, meaning that as a second gen, meaning you could potentially go to school because your parents were college graduates, you have 2x the income. And that transforms a life. Just ask my wife, who's also a first generation college graduate, and our kids, who are living a totally different experience. So the point being is that our most vulnerable are the ones who gain the most from higher education. So a blanket message that college doesn't have value distorts the picture. When you're already going through it, I mean, isn't it sexy to just accept the fact that this doesn't have value when you see all of the roadblocks and obstacles and other people agreeing with you? And conversely, if you're affluent and you have support, you have resources, you have options, then maybe there's a nuanced conversation to be had, right? You can now stand on firmer ground and say, is there really value here? So here's my battle cry to you. I believe this is a leadership advocacy issue, an issue of not being able to communicate the narrative and the story accurately and to inform and inspire those who need it most. But I understand. A lot of leaders in higher education are inundated with what I call this tactical tonnage. I just made that up, right? Tactical tonnage, the weight of the mundane. They major in minor things because when they look behind them, they don't have strong leadership. They don't have a strong cabinet. So they're inundated with tactical tonnage, having to tend to operations and having to tend to this and that and the other. When at the top, one of the most important jobs you have is to advocate, to communicate, to be the bridge between your institution, your community, your students, and their needs. And one of those needs right now is your voice, politically, socially, and in every way, shape, form, or fashion, you need to be heard. So This is another conversation we'll delve into. But it's up to you as a leader to create the space to advocate for those who need it most. I'm X, and I'm out.